Wherever you live, whether it's in a house or a flat, then your parent or guardian is likely to be paying for it. Very few families with children completely own the home they live in. They either pay money to someone else owning it, called renting, or they have something called a mortgage. That's where the family borrows money from a bank to buy the house and then pays money back to the bank every month. This often goes on for many years until it's all paid back. And the thing about mortgages is that the price of them can go up and down. This is something called the interest rate. If it goes up, the amount a family pays back each month to the bank goes up too. And at the moment, interest rates are going up quickly. That means for many families, they have less money every month because it's getting more expensive to live in their home. Decisions on interest rates are made here in this building, the Bank of England in London. It's been here for hundreds of years and is a place which looks after the country's money. And I've come inside to speak to the man in charge to find out how high interest rates will affect children. So let's take a look around. Where is all the gold kept?
The gold's underneath us. There are 4 floors underneath us. We've got the second largest store of gold in the world here.
And your office is just behind us?
Just behind us here.
And has that always been the Governor of the Bank of England's office?
Yes, since this building was built.
But first, I had to clear a few things up. What do you do?
In a way, well, as the governor, first of all, as the Governor of the Bank of England, I'm in a sense like the Chief Executive of the Bank of England. Our job is really money. In many respects, we make it, we print it, we issue it. We have £80 billion of banknotes in issue at the moment, somewhere out there.
Whoa, that's a lot of money.
Every day, about £750 billion of payments get settled through the Bank of England.
If you run out of £20, if you forgot your wallet at home, are you allowed to pinch a note or two?
I think that would be a very bad idea, actually. We don't have them lying around.
A lot of children probably never heard the word mortgage before, but they are now because parents are at home worrying about what they can do to make sure that they're not paying an extra couple of £100 a month. There's a lot of challenges for young people and families. Are you hearing that? Are you hearing that kids are struggling at the moment?
People are struggling. Inflation is way too high. We have a target that prices should rise by no more than 2%. It is sadly above that at the moment. It's a bit above 8% at the moment. And I understand it is difficult. People are having to make very difficult choices about what they buy, what they need for their, for their lives.
Would you say that it's young families that are dealing with this the most compared to older people?
It is true throughout the world, really, that younger people tend to borrow more money, and as we all get older, we tend to have more saving. That tends to be the way people's life cycles work. So it will have more of an effect on young people, younger families. I do understand this, and I do, I feel very much for this. And we want to get, say, inflation back to where it needs to be, and then we can obviously assess what level of interest rates should be at going forwards. It's hard, and I think I understand very much the difficulties that people face. Unfortunately, this is how we have to get inflation down. And what I will say is if we don't get inflation down, if it keeps going on, it gets worse. It really gets worse, and we'll have to put interest rates up more.
What can children expect, do you think, as a result of interest rates going up?
So I do expect inflation it's already started to come down, and I expect a lot, quite a marked fall in inflation. We'll notice it. What we have to do is set the interest rate to get it all the way back down to 2%.
And how long will that take?
Yeah, that's a very good question. We keep having to take another, we review this regularly. I think to get back to the 2% target, the latest view we've taken is that we should see this happen, going through next year, towards the end of next year.
We've spoken a lot about families struggling. When do you think that those interest rates will start coming down?
I can't give you a date as to when interest rates are going to come down, because that really depends upon what happens over the period of time ahead. But getting inflation down is the most important thing that we have to do.
Andrew, thank you so much for talking to Newsround. We really appreciate your time.
You're welcome. It's a pleasure to be on Newsround.
Thank you.